Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Hedera Hashgraph's Hbar token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now let's jump straight into the TA. Zooming into the daily chart, as you can see, from the all-time high in September of 2021, we dropped all the way down 93.7%, which is a healthy correction for an altcoin. Usually we see 95 to 99% of pullbacks, but this was an okay pullback. We can also take a Fib retracement and see what sort of 1.618 levels we had here. And let's just extend that to the east side here. And you can see that we had a retracement all the way down to our capitulation target, almost getting there. So 0.0348 cents was your magic entry here, just above the second Fib level. And as you can see from there, we already had a 170% move to the upside. We retraced all the way back to the 1.272 here at 9.5 cents roughly. And if you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, make sure to check out the link in the description. It's going to take you to a video where I explain how to use the Fibonacci retracement. Now, as you can see, we retraced back down from the 1.272 all the way down here to the 1.618, just below 6 cents. And now we're having another move to the upside. So the fact that we're printing a higher low here is very good. A lot of, I would say most of the altcoins are doing the exact same thing. And I have to say the exact same thing about every single situation. This is a bullish thing. You can also see that we were in this channel down pattern. Finally, we broke out. And in case of a pullback or a capitulation, you might come back down to retest this previous resistance as support. So just because we're printing a higher low here, it doesn't mean we can't go a bit lower later on if we see a pullback or if we see some bearish news or any FUD thrown into the markets. But having said that, Bitcoin isn't really reacting to even news such as Binance getting charged with fraud. So, you know, at some point we are probably going to see a pullback, but now it seems that crypto just doesn't care about any sort of bearish news. But all I'm saying is that coming back down here and retesting this trend line is something that we can do down the line, and that would still be bullish because we would be printing a higher low long term, and we need to start this uptrend. Also, potentially what we could be looking at here is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave structure, and we could be looking at something like this where we end up sitting at 19 cents sometime this year, probably August/September. That's when I'm expecting to see a bull trap, because that's usually what we see during that period of time. For example, back in 2020 in August, we had this major move to the upside. And if you move back to 2019, well, this is where the project was launched, so that's not really fair taking a look at that spot. Then we had a move all the way up here in September of 2021, and then we had a move to the upside here in August of 2022. So as you can see, the past few years, August/September has been a place or a time period where we expect to see a move to the upside. And the same thing can be said about Hbar this coming August/September. So maybe right now we're going to be in this wave 3, which is going to be probably our biggest, strongest wave out of the entire Elliott wave structure. And then obviously with the wave 4 pullback, we have to stay above the wave 1 high, because if you go lower like that, you're invalidating the Elliott wave structure. But I'll keep that on the chart just for the sake of having it in case it plays out like that. But this is something that we can be expecting. So between 19 to 24 cents is where I expect the price to retrace to in August/September. Now the 1.618 level here at 6 cents is going to be your major buying opportunity. So this is our immediate support level. This is where you want to be dollar cost averaging into your into Hbar. If you haven't done that already, if you haven't bought in over here, this is where I would be accumulating more, because from this local high here, we've already seen a 40% pullback, and right now we're sitting at a 30.5% pullback from this local high. So this is a good area to start dollar cost averaging, in my opinion. Taking a look at the daily RSI, so we just recovered, or we just started recovering from this oversold position. that we were in back at the start of March, and now we're moving to the upside here. So obviously, if we see a similar scenario and we come back down here like we did back in June or January, back in March, and we see something similar, you want to have some cash on the sidelines to enter Hbar if you're planning to hold this bad boy long term. Personally, I don't have any tokens myself as of yet. I don't know if I will be dollar cost averaging in the future. Seems like the markets are moving pretty quickly at this rate, as some altcoins are still in buying positions, in good buying opportunities, but a lot of them are starting to move to the upside. For example, you look at something like Injective, that has gone absolutely through the roof, and you never know if it's going to be coming back down to retest $3 even. So you have to understand at some point a lot of the altcoins are going to be doing that. So you want to be entering before that happens. So I've entered Injective and I'm happy with my gains as of right now. So that's what I have for the daily chart. Let's switch over to the weekly on the Binance website. And before we continue with the video, guys, I quickly want to give a shout out to everyone who has joined my Patreon. Thank you very much. And if you want to become a part of the Patreon and, get access to a lot of exclusive content, such as podcast episodes for patrons only, my trade alerts, my entire portfolio. I share everything that I buy and everything that I sell. If you want to leave some requests, we can take a look at your projects on Patreon. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I try to do daily updates and daily posts in there. So if you want to try it out for free, you can do that as well. There's a 7-day free trial, so you can do that and let me know what you think. Let's get on with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart on Binance, right now, as you can see, we're running into the 35 EMA, which is the green line over here. We're trying to break above the 20. So as soon as we break above the 35 and we have that bullish cross between the 20 and the 35, that's going to be a very good sign. That's going to be a strong sign. And of course, with the 20 crossing above the 55, that's going to be your bull market signal in basic technical analysis terms. So taking a look at this support block below, as you can see, we have a red support block from 0.0376 all the way down to 0.0296. And we created this support block back in 2020 at the end of the year with this little trading range before we absolutely exploded and started moving to the upside until we printed this all-time high price in September. And that was a move. So down from this November low, that was a 1,868% move. But from this January 2020 bottom, we went up 6,000%. So we could be looking at something similar. Hbar is already a pretty well-known project, in my opinion. At least I think so. I might be wrong, but if we set up a fib retracement from this bear market low, assuming this is our bear market low, of course, to this local high in November of 2021, we have our 1.618 target sitting at $2. Then we have our 1.414 target sitting at $1.22. And then we have our 1.272 target sitting at 86 cents. So just to be conservative, we can target the 1.414 as our final target. So from this bottom, if I can get that, from this bottom in January, as you can see, to the 1.272, that's a 2,200% move to the upside. To the 1.414, that's a 3,200% move to the upside. And to the 1.618, that's roughly 5,300% move to the upside. So obviously the market cap is slightly higher here than it was back in December of 2019. So I would be targeting the 1.414 for a good entry, or sorry, exit, not entry. You don't want to be entering here. For a good exit and for a good, bull market take profit zone. And if I take a look at the weekly RSI here, as you can see, we're creating a descending resistance trend line, one bounce back in September of 2021, actually, when we peaked out. Then we had another bounce in February of 2023, so just a few months ago. And now potentially we could be looking at another go at that trend line, and potentially we could even break above. And if you do that, that's where you want to be holding. You don't want to be selling. You don't want to be swing trading, because the move to the upside could be really strong. So this is where I would tell you to stop swing trading not a financial advice, but right now I'm not taking profits on any altcoins. I'm not trying to make that extra 50 bucks because you could sell here right at this resistance, but then a few days later the project might absolutely fly, and you don't want to be sitting with your cash, right? You don't want to be sitting with your cash and waiting to buy back in because it might not come back down there, and you couldn't be sitting for 2 years waiting for the price to come back down. So don't be like that. Hopefully we can all take profits somewhere near the top during the next bull market, because I'm not planning to sell at the exact top, because that is quite literally impossible. It's not healthy, it's not possible, and you don't really want to be doing that. You just want to take some profits, make money. You make good money with these moves here. So think about it, have your targets set up way, way, way in advance, because if you do that and you have a financial plan laid out in front of you and you adhere to it, then you are set for success, my friend. Now, taking a look at the volume indicator, now this is something that is very bullish in my opinion, because you can see the volume that's been entering Hbar. So I'm not sure if this is smart money entering or if this is a lot of, couple of folks putting in a bunch of money, but this here is a very good sign. And this is exactly what we got back in January of 2021 before we saw that massive impulsive move to the upside. So maybe come January 2024, we could be moving or sitting even near the all-time high prices. So let's see what happens. And if I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. I'm going to see you in the next update. Take care and goodbye.